explosive step. I wasn't expecting it. All right, welcome. We are pleased to have the UConn representatives with us. We will follow normal protocol and take a question or an opening statement from Coach Auriemma, and then we'll open it up to questions for student athletes. Coach?
Yeah, it was a really interesting game the way it played out. We went from, it felt like we couldn't get anything to go our way in that first half. And I think the harder we tried to make a shot, the less shots we made. But for the most part, you know, might not have looked like it, but I thought what made it worse more than it looked like was that we played defense well enough that a team that's getting 85 or so every night, you know, they had to work really hard for the 36 that they got in the first half, and we thought if we can get the same quality shots in the second half that we got in the first half, that it would start to go our way, and everybody had, you know, their moment, and obviously, you know, Paige was, you know, spectacular. That was as good a game as I've seen her play the whole time she's been here at the most important time. And, you know, when you're a senior and you've been around as long as she has, this is what you're here to do. This is why you came here. So we're pretty excited about playing Monday night. Really.
All right, we'll take questions for student athletes. A reminder to raise your hand and we'll get the microphone to you. If you can identify yourself by name and outlet, and if you would please direct your question to a specific student athlete, that'd be very helpful. Questions?
Schaefer Murray, Washington Sports Network. Paige, career night, you know, looking for that championship. Just talk about what's going through your head, 6 for 8 from the three-point land when things are just dropping like that.
Honestly, we just wanted to keep our season going as long as possible. We all love playing together. We love playing here. We just love this program and everything it means, so we wanted to keep going as long as possible. And we knew we were getting good shots in the first half. Stuff wasn't dropping, so we just wanted to stay consistent in the looks that we were getting and how we were getting them. So just trying to stay aggressive, read what the game is calling for, and just trying to do what it takes to win.
Austin Getz with KHQ TV here in Spokane. Paige, not only a career high for you, but a record for most points scored by a UConn player in the NCAA tournament. When you think of how decorated this program is and so many legends that have come through, to be able to even find new ground to break, how does that strike you?
It's an honor. I'm extremely blessed and extremely grateful that I even get to play at UConn and be in these conversations with like the greatest of all time. But people see the points, but like a large attribution to Sarah, Jana, Ice, the way they were screening for me, getting me open, getting me looks. Like everybody sees the points, but nobody sees the screen set, the passes that were found to me. So it's, I guess, an individual point total, but it's really a team effort.
Eden Lassie, Hoops HQ, Paige. It looked like Coach got after you a little bit there in the, I think it was the second quarter, and then I'm guessing probably at halftime as well. I know you guys have such a back and forth that you can kind of say anything to each other, but what were those interactions like, and did it help you kind of come out hot in the second half?
Yeah, just a everyday interaction between Coach and Paige. him getting on me, him holding me accountable, I did have some mental lapses and some mental mistakes that I can't have at this point of the season. So just obviously taking them, but not letting them affect me in a negative way, affecting me in a positive way to not make those mental mistakes again and turn it up a notch. Yeah.
Maddie Kenny with the New York Post. Ashlyn, I was just curious, like, you've seen Paige and this killer instinct before, but to see it, what happened in the second half, and how much does that just set the tone for all of you guys, and what is it like when she does get hot like that as a teammate?
I think we're never really surprised when she gets on heaters like that. I think every shot Paige shoots is going in. So, I mean, that helps to play out there with her. But when they are falling like that, it's super fun to be a part of. And she really just brings, like, the energy and really motivates us to want to get the ball back, get a stop on defense, make big plays.
Bella Munson for the next, I guess, for Ashlyn and Paige in particular. Oklahoma are not particularly experienced in the tournament. You guys were here last year and have been here a lot before. Just what sort of role do you think your experience in the tournament specifically played in this game and can help you moving forward?
I think experience is a huge thing, especially in a game of runs. Never get too high, never get too low. In the first half, they had a great first half, and we didn't make a lot of shots, but we dug down defensively, stuck to our defense, and I think that's what we want to just hang our hat on, is defense winning games, and depending how many shots we make or not, that dictating how much we win by. But just staying composed, weathering the runs, staying together, staying connected as a team, and making sure that we know it's a 40-minute game, not a 20-minute game, not a 39-minute game, all 40 minutes.
Nancy Armour, USA Today Sports. Paige, you said that you want the season to keep going, that you didn't want this to be the last game. How much more conscious are you of that, now that you've said that, yeah, you are going to the draft, knowing that the next game you guys lose is your last in a UConn uniform?
Yeah, I mean, everybody at this point of the season is trying to keep winning, to win a national title and keep their season going as long as possible, so everybody has the same goal. Whether your season's ending or your career's ending, you want to just take it one game at a time, one practice at a time, one possession at a time, and just focus on that and maximizing that, and not getting too caught up in the future. But you do know in the back of your mind that every possession counts, and it'll be my last season here at UConn. So obviously you know that, but you try to just stay in the present.
Hey, Paige, Chantel Jennings with The Athletic. I know Coach has talked a lot about trying to get you to sort of have that more of an attack-first, aggressive mentality. In the third quarter interview, he asked Holly Rowe to talk to you about taking over the game in the fourth, which you obviously did. I'm just curious, is that, like, how do you establish that mentality? Is it just, like, self-talk? Is it something you do before the game, throughout the game, to sort of remind yourself of how to have that mentality?
No, I think it's just reading the game, seeing what the defense is doing, and just trying to remain aggressive, looking for my shot helps other people get open, but more just a mentality of taking what the game is giving and showing to me. So, yeah, probably that.
2 more questions.
Alexa Philippou, ESPN. Caitlin, how would you describe what the locker over here on the left? How would you describe what the locker room was at halftime? You guys hadn't played your best basketball. Then what allowed you to, especially on the defensive end, what was like the approach to make sure you came out and really set the tone on that end moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I thought our defense was solid in the first half. We just weren't hitting open shots, so we just focused on continuing to get those open shots, focus on executing our offense, and we knew that we had 20 minutes guaranteed left to play, so just giving it our all and just going out there and playing each possession and focusing on winning each possession. Yeah.
Sydney Berger, KXOI TV here in Spokane. Paige, obviously you've been here before for Hoop Fest. You guys won that in your high school years, and then coming here today, I'm curious about the environment that you remember from Hoop Fest, and then what you thought of the environment here in the Spokane Arena today. Just so loud here for your entire team every time a shot was made.
Definitely a great environment. You feel like this is a basketball city. Coming here, I think it was in high school for the 3-on-3 tournament. It was outside, but again, a great turnout, a great environment, a great atmosphere. As the same it was today. I thought the crowd was fantastic. The atmosphere was great. You could hear stuff from both sides. So yeah, it was a great experience.
One last question.
Liam Bradford with the Argonaut at the University of Idaho. Paige kind of let out a big vocal, come on there, with going into the under 5 there in the fourth quarter. Was there anything with the struggles that the offense faced in the first half that kind of motivated you to be a little bit, extra, trying to ice that game in the second half there?
Just trying to bring the energy. It's easy to get down and not be as energized when the shots aren't falling, but we want to be energized on defense and continue to keep the pressure up, keep the 9, keep getting out in passing lanes, and that'll lead to open looks for our offense and getting out in transition. So once shots start falling, you feel, naturally just a energy boost, and then just trying to channel that throughout the rest of the game.
All right, we'll thank the student athletes and let them go, and when they've left the stage, we'll turn it over to questions for Coach. Thank you. Thank you.